All right, I'm so excited to be here. My name is Dr. Grazyna Pajunen. I am, believe it or not, PhD in electrical engineering. So what am I doing here, right? I used to be a national team running hurdles. Then I fell down from the two-story roof, and that helped me to not to be able to lift my leg above the hurdles anymore without pain. When I was 32 years old, I was not able to move my hands forward without pain. Today, I'm this year 75. I have no pain, nothing. We're living fantastic life. So, is it possible to reverse your age? Yes, and we will talk about it. But we'll talk more for you, how you can utilize that knowledge for your training with your clients, and that's my purpose here. So as you hear, before we go any further, I would like to have maybe Marie say a few words. She was starting working with us not long time ago. She already has some results. She has to leave, so I asked her to just share a few things about working with us, how we work, and then we go to the program.
Okay, do you want me to take the microphone, or can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I couldn't have it.
Oh, okay. Sure. All right, well, thank you. Yes, I met these wonderful people, I believe it was in August. And I already own my own botanical skincare company. So I really believe in the natural, and I believe in things that are really good for your body. And when I met these two wonderful folks, I actually was listening to the science behind it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try it. So I started using both of the products, and I can tell you, I cannot believe the difference it's made in my skin. I've always had nice skin, but now I have fantastic skin. I am almost 70 years old, and like I said, between drinking this nice, wonderful, delicious thing, it also has helped with my joints. It has also helped me feel more mobile, helped me exercise better with my trainer. Yeah. So, but I haven't seen them probably since Dallas. Yeah. And then all of a sudden when Tony saw me last night, and I didn't really feel like I looked that great. I mean, I just come in, you know how you are, you just coming in. And he goes, oh my God, your skin. And that's all I hear now. It's like people go, oh my gosh, your skin is glowing. And I said, well, you know what? I take care of it from the inside. And I also use the nice things for the outside. Yeah. So it's really been a game changer for me. And I actually get mad if I leave it at home and I don't have it for a day or so. But it really does work. I'm proof, trust me. I have pictures where my lines and my face were a little bit different. And like I said, I also have my own skincare company of botanicals. And I do believe in all organic and natural. So I thank you very much for making a difference in my life.
Thank you, Marie. That's our purpose, that's our mission, and that's why I'm here. And so as electrical engineer, I was PhD invited to this country to teach at university. I was teaching at the FAU and UCLA. I work in biomedical. Why did I do it? Because mainly my husband, he has a problem with his shoulder. He was not able to lift the arm at all, the other arm, without help of the other arm. And the doctor said it's too damaged for anything. He needs to have joint replacement. And he didn't want it because he wanted water ski, he wanted to lift weights, he wanted to live normal life. And we were looking for the solution. So that's the solution I found for him. That was 14 years ago, and till today, he has a brand new shoulder with no joint replacement, nothing. So we developed that method, and that's what I'm going to share with you, is that all 14 years development of that, it started from that moment, and we were just making it better and better and better, and right now we have amazing systems. So that's what I would like to share with you. And here, those people who are here, they came to us with joint problems. So this is what I'm showing to you, and that's what Marie was talking about. It is a side effect. So side effect when you have a beautiful skin. So look how the skin is improving. Let me just go maybe a little faster here, if I can. Oh. I cannot. Let's see. Well, when you come to our booth, we have all these pictures. You will sell it. I just show you the system. So basically, that's a basic principle. We have two types of age. We have biological age and we have chronological age. So chronological age, I'm 75, right, this year. But biological age, I'm 58. So am I 58 or 75 or what is the age? Really, it doesn't really matter. What we can do, we cannot change our chronological age, but we definitely can change our biological age. And this is basically proof from the Harvard Medical School. Dr. Sinclair, he has proven that basically on the mice right now, that everything about our age is saved in our body. So the only thing we have to change our lifestyle in order to reach that, optimize our biological age. And this was my passion. That's why I wrote a book. That's why I work with professionals in order to help people to change their biological age. You know, because if you shift biological age, you never get to those old age sicknesses. You never get to the joint that you cannot move, you know, because you never get there. And this is what we have proved. So this is basically the whole system, which you, of course, all of you know, that we have to take care of what you eat, you know, that you have to exercise. That is kind of pretty clear. You need to, the detoxification and mindset and so on. So this is something which most people know, although they don't know how to implement it so much. That's why we are here. But everything is, but what really makes you older and what we work on is this. So we have to help people with inflammation. We help people with the digestive system. We help people with rebuilding connective tissue. We help people with rebuilding the muscle tone, hormone dysregulation, then the stem cells, increasing the stem cells in a way that your body starts to manufacture more stem cells and also DNA. So what is really we are doing is we empowering our body to start manufacturing everything what body needs to perform on the optimal level. This is called biohacking, right? So that means the optimization of our performance. So we can live to the end of our lives without problems, without discomfort, and so on. And that's exactly what we are doing. So what is doing, we are having the aging process. Main thing, and most people don't realize that, is that we are losing about 10% of the connective tissue integrity every 10 years. And that's what we are going to focus on this lecture a lot. Because once we lose it, we have degeneration of connective tissue. And what is connective tissue? As you know, I don't need to explain it, right? That's about 80–90% of your body. And once that starts degenerating, then we have problems which are here. And many people over 80 need already somebody to really take care of them. We don't want to get there. we want to reverse this process. So, so this is a connective tissue. So connective tissue is extremely important. And as you see here, that muscles really will not age first. First ages connective tissue. And this is a hydration matrix is aging. So because we are losing hyaluronic acid, we are losing collagen, we are losing the main ingredients of this connective tissue. And this is very important. Muscles are only as strong as the tissue that holds them together. I have been on several presentations for people who are in fitness, and they are very much focusing on pumping iron and taking protein. And that's they say that this way they rebuild muscle. And they forget about connective tissue, which is extremely, extremely important. So you have a fascia, and this is, the message for training is that if the fascia loses the elasticity, then you have the power output and mobility will drop, no matter how strong are the muscle, even the muscles are the same size. So this is important, synovial fluid. So the synovial fluid in the joints, it's like the hydration. The synovial fluid in joints is mainly made of hyaluronic acid. So when we are losing about 10% of hyaluronic acid every 10 years, we are drying out. And when we dry out, then we have like bone on bone. And a lot of problems with joints starts there, that we are destroying the cartilage. And then if we don't rebuild it, the people have problems. So do you have clients who are having problems with knees or with some joints, right? So, and they don't understand that they are drying out. And now there are also people who are coming to us and they drink a lot of water, right? Because we have to drink water. But they don't understand that each molecule of hyaluronic acid holds up to 1,000% of its own weight of water. So what does it mean? It means that no matter if the hyaluronic acid is dropping, and at the age of 50, 60, it's almost it's drying out, there's very little left. So no matter how much you drink the water just goes through you and cannot hydrate the body. And if you don't hydrate your body, you have a lot of problems then starting. So that's what happens when the synovial fluid dries. And then ligaments, collagen drops. And so with age, you have more stiffness. And you want to, in the morning, what's aging? That you wake up in the morning and you feel stiff. And you don't want that. I wake up in the morning and I am not stiff, right? So we have to focus on understanding how to rebuild connective tissue. And this is really, we can say that the matrix, the connective tissue, which is built mainly from collagen, hyaluronic acid, and chondroitin sulfate, and other glycosaminoglycans, when the components are dropping with age, then there is degeneration of connective tissue. And now, if you focus just on, rebuilding it with, that means you are working with your clients and you just focus on the protein drinks, or you are focusing on movement, that's great, because without movement, nothing will happen. But if you can still focus on rebuilding connective tissue, then you really have the results. So, so here it is. The muscle is only 40 to 50% of creates movement. Did you know about this? That the rest is connective tissue. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, this is something that most of the fitness people do not realize. That's why the connective tissue dries, stiffens, and degrades, then whole performance really declines. So that's why I want to tell you about a little more about this connective tissue. So here it is. This is what I said. These are the main components of connective tissue. There is a collagen, which is a green line, and this is hyaluronic acid, which is the brown line. So look how it behaves with age. It drops. And this is on average. Today actually drops even more. So a lot of people, do you recommend people taking collagens?
Yes.
Right. The collagen, and this is what I want to tell you, the collagen is this green line. But did you know that collagen will not help them to rebuild joints?
Yeah.
It doesn't. A lot of people come to me and they say, we took collagen for years. And of course I'm talking about good collagens. I'm not talking about those powder ones and whatever. So there is a difference between bioavailability and bioactivity. Who knows what is it? Okay. So a lot of, I am talking only about collagens that are bioavailable. So that means the collagens that really get to your bloodstream. Okay, they are bioavailable. So they are absorbable, so to speak. Let's say some of them are even 90% absorption rate. It's fine. But you know that collagen is not bioactive. What is bioactive? Bioactive, it means that, when you have a cell, there is a nucleus in the cell, right? Every cell has a nucleus. In this nucleus is DNA, right? DNA activates genes, correct? There are tons of genes. But for us, it's very important that those genes that are activated are the genes that manufacture suitable collagens. So the substance that we are interested in is something that can put the gene on that manufactures collagens 1, 2, 3 and hyaluronic acid. Why? Because that will help us to rebuild connective tissue. So collagens, only collagen will not do it. Why? There's no hyaluronic acid. It's not bioactive. And the collagen, when it's absorbed, it's changed into amino acids. And amino acids are very good because it's a material, right? But because it's not bioactive, it will not start your own production of the collagens and hyaluronic acid. Do you understand it? That's the difference between bioactive and bioavailable. So there are two conditions. One, it has to be bioactive, and it has to be bioavailable, and it has to be bioactive. So that's the important part. So when you see here, when collagen, when you are about 60 years old, you almost don't have hyaluronic acid. And so that's why sometimes you work with older clients and they have problems with hydration. So now you know why. Because they don't have hyaluronic acid that can help them to hydrate their body. Here is the joint. So the normal joints, as you hear, it has bone covered with cartilage, and this is synovial fluid, right? What is made synovial fluid of? Anybody? Hyaluronic acid. So mainly hyaluronic, not only, but mainly hyaluronic acid. So when you saw the hyaluronic acid almost dries out, so isn't it normal that, you know, the synovial fluid dries out and we have osteoarthritis? Pretty normal. So what is the solution? The solution proposed by doctors is what? Cut, replace. Make sense? Doesn't that rebuild your connective tissue? This joint replacement, is it going to solve your problem? Is it? What is the problem of degeneration? Is the generation of connective tissue. This is the problem that we need to solve. The problem with joints is degeneration of connective tissue. Remember, this is the problem with joints. So, how joint replacement can solve this problem? Cannot. So, we have to focus on rebuilding connective tissue. Make sense? I wanted that it makes sense to you. When you have to rebuild connective tissue, then it will make sense because, joint replacement, it's not solving the problem. So what will be the next? Next joint? After this will be what? Your eyes, your skin, your hair, your nails, and other stuffs in order, right? No, we don't want to go this way. We want to go rebuild instead of replace, right? So this is something important. Here is the problem with hyaluronic acid. A lot of people say, okay, I buy hyaluronic acid supplement, or maybe any of you use creams with hyaluronic acid, right? Oh, because it will rebuild my skin. No. The hyaluronic acid with most of the supplements and also cosmetics has too large molecule. It's not going to be absorbed. And if your body cannot absorb it, it's not going to work. Why? Anybody have heard about injections in the joints of the Synvix of hyaluronic acid? What it is injecting all these large molecules into the joints. So it will fill it. So for a moment, you have a space there. So when you have a space there, the pain stops for a moment if it's done correctly, right? And then comes back because it didn't rebuild anything. You see, the problem is if you have something that has optimized size of the molecule, then you can rebuild it, the synovial fluid, right? And then it can work because it starts, that I know from Dr. Brady, who was a professor of orthopedia, and he was the surgeon. He performed over 9,000 surgeries. As a matter of fact, he brought joint replacement from Europe to United States. And he was teaching me, he said, the beauty of this product, which I'm going to talk to you about, is that it has optimized size of the molecule, so it puts that synovial fluid with optimized size of the molecule so that the molecule of the cartridge are starting to duplicate. You know, it takes time. Oof, that's the biggest problem. People want to have everything instant. It takes time, but it works. So that's what is the difference. So this is the problem why you cannot. So what is the problem with this degeneration of connective tissue? Do you know blue zones? People are living long time and they have no problems and they have beautiful skin and they don't need any doctors. Why? Because they have lifestyle since they were born and they didn't get this degeneration of connective tissue. That was the thing. But once you get the generation of connective tissue, you can't rebuild it from food and exercise alone. Why not? Because in nature, the molecules are too large. That's why. So that is the reason why we needed that new technology to get it back to your body so that you have optimized so your body can absorb it, so your body can make it. So here it is. Till now we have nothing. GMP Labs several years ago discovered a natural source in nature. That was an amazing, by accident, discovery, that they compare it to our own connective tissue. And they said, wow, it is exactly the same structure and the same composition and the same proportions as in our own body. So it's bioidentical to us. So once they discovered it, they patented it. But then, what is the problem? It's still nature. So what was the problem? What do you think? Molecule too large. Yes, you couldn't eat it. Otherwise, we would say, oh, this is a nature, we could eat it. No, you could not eat it because of molecule. They hired scientists from Stanford, Harvard, and Cornell, and they worked for 20 years to optimize the size of the molecule and to make it. So very many people will say, we want smaller molecule. No, the size of the molecule for absorption and for this is a Gaussian curve. And this is between 1.5 and 2.5 kilodaltons. It has to be there for the optimal. So they found it, they made it, and we have it. And that's why it works. And that's why I told you about bioactive, right? That's why it's bioactive, because your body recognizes it as its own. And they say, yeah, I'm losing it, give it to me, and it activates the production. And we were shocked, because this product, originally, was created just for joints, just to help rebuild the joints. But then we had those results that I showed you at the beginning with the skin, right? So they say how it is, because in joints we have collagen 2 and the skin 1 and 3, right? So they noticed that there is a production of so that's why they're proving, it's a scientifically proven. Everything what I'm saying is published, it's scientifically proven. So that the production of all collagens and hyaluronic acid by your own body. And by recommending to your clients normal collagen will not get it. Because collagen is only one of those components, and you need all of them for your body to recognize it. Do you got it? Do you get it? Yes.
Where in nature was it found?
It was found in a chicken sternum cartridge. You know chicken sternum? In only one place. Here on the bottom, there is a cartridge, and that one, when they analyze it, is bioidentical. So the production is very, very complicated. They don't even put one drop of blood. It's just that cartridge, and it's very, just optimizing that molecule was it's patented. It's a very complicated process. My friend, who is a medical doctor, and she has a PhD in biochemistry, she told me, do you realize how complicated it is? But I have no clue. You have to have PhD in biochemistry, I guess, to even appreciate how difficult process it was. But it's done. Anyhow, it's done, we have it. So here is a first clinical studies, 6,000% increase of hyaluronic acid in just 28 days. If you, through changing your diet, and so if you get 1% increase, that's great, 6,000%. That's why when your clients start taking it, what you will notice is flexibility. I haven't lost my flexibility. I could do my splits today and so on. So, you don't have to get stiff. In other words, that's what I'm saying, because you have to take care of your connective tissue on this extracellular matrix, so to speak. that is drying out normally, and you don't want to dry out. That's basically what's happening. Here is another one. You know that there is an enzyme, hyaluronidase, that really destroys this matrix, destroys hyaluronic acid. That product disables almost 80% of that enzyme. So from one point of view, it rebuilds hyaluronic acid. From the other point of view, decreases that enzyme. The next thing is the measurement. When I talk to the beauty professionals, I told them to measure the dryness of the skin, and you see that you don't need topical moisturizers, because why do we measure on the skin? Because from the skin you know what's happening in your body. So also the hydration of your body, you can check that this way. Then the next thing, some people are taking collagens that are powder, that are going through GI tract, and they are destroyed by the. So this is still. That's why a lot of them simply would not work. So you have to always check when somebody tells you that, oh, we have something better or something phenomenal. Ask for clinical studies. You have to check every single thing what people are saying, even what I'm saying. I'm just saying to you, you check it. We have all the data. We can send you the clinical studies. That's how I did. I didn't believe it. Even when my husband get those results, I wanted to know why it happened, right? I pull up all the clinical studies. I checked it. I talked to Dr. Brady. I talk to people, because you have to understand the process. So here is the hyaluronic acid. The collagen, extremely important. It's joints, skin, eyes. My mother was, she had problems with her eyes. The doctor said she's going to be blind. So she was already preparing her apartment. I immediately sent her the product. 2 months, she said, oh, the doctor said you don't need injections anymore, it's reversing. No clinical study for eyes. So I am not sure why that happened, but it did happen. So it helps with the eyes, because everything is that connective tissue, is that, hair, so much stronger. And so, gums. A lot of my friends cancel gum surgeries because everything is connective tissue. So here is, I don't know if we can hear it.
I had gone to rent a U-Haul from a friend of mine who teaches salsa dancing and rents U-Hauls. And while I'm there getting the truck, the guy who's older than me squats all the way down to the ground and bounces up 3 times like a yo-yo. Now, I've had very much pain in my knees for 7 years. Haven't been able to run in 7 years. I said, whatever you're taking, I want it. I signed up, I think that same day or the next day. He gave me a bottle while I was waiting for mine to come in. And I started taking it right away. He said, take a swig in the morning, one in the evening. I took a swig every 2 hours. That first day I felt better. In 8 days, I was able to run, walk. In less than 3 weeks, I ran half a mile. I just ran a mile the other day. Haven't done that in 7 years. Haven't been able to walk without severe pain in my knees. So I know it works. And I'm telling people about it just because I know what it's done for me. And then I find out you can actually get income from it. That's just icing on the cake, but I know that the product works.
This is my friend from Poland. He, he's young, and he just sent it to me. Look what happened in 3 months with my hair. So it's amazing. This lady also, she made it herself. She was shocked what happened to her neck in just 3 months. So this is for me as a scientist, very important, clinical studies. 37 clinical research studies, and 7 US international patents. And here we have a lot of awards, but why I like this? Because bone and joint ingredient. Frozen Sullivan took every product on the market, including medications, and we got the first prize as the #1 for bones and joints. Personally, I had problems with my bones. When I was 65, I had osteopenia. I don't have it anymore. The doctor said, you can't rebuild your bones. So somehow you can. So, and of course it includes, remember, everything what I am saying has to include exercises. You know, without exercises, without movement, nothing will happen. As a matter of fact, I had one client whose only exercise went from sofa to refrigerator. Guess what happened? Nothing. You know, you have to exercise, you have to move, you have to, I tell people, like, when you have a machine and you put an oil, you still have to move it, right? You know, the same here. Even when my husband was rebuilding his shoulder, he took a small, light weight, and he was making all these movements, all this. You have to turn, you have to really, but not heavy. Because if a lot of men, we have a problem with that. A lot of men push 350 pounds and they will not stop. They want to take this product and still push. You have to give yourself a space. You have to give yourself a time to recover, right? And then you can come back. And that's what happened. This one is for the skin.
I'm a PhD psychologist and I'm a love expert. So that means two things. Number one, I am very skeptical about any kind of product, although I've tried literally thousands of products throughout my lifetime in terms of health and beauty, right? Number two, being a love expert, it's very important. I do a lot of teaching, live teaching on the videos. There's a lot of people make documentaries about my work, you know, as a dating expert, and been on the Today Show and everything. It's very important for me to look young. And my husband looks at me and says, you look like you've had a facelift. I'm like, oh my God, it's true. My skin, you can see the condition of my skin. My skin just started plumping up and glowing and being so healthy. It's just amazing. And it's not just on my face, but it's also all over my body. My dry eyes are much, much better. I would say they're 80% better.
So,
I was
Okay,
in a
that's the
turning
last
point
thing.
because the head of neurology was recommending spinal cord surgery for me versus cervical spinal stenosis, and I was looking for alternatives. So I figured that since it helped my friend Judy, that it might be beneficial for me and a means of possibly avoiding the surgery. And I was able to avoid the surgery. I'm no longer in discomfort with my back. I never needed the spinal cord surgery.
At one point, my shoulder, I had a hard time even lifting a water jug out of the fridge, you know, and now I'm doing bench pressing with 350 pounds. I'm competing in the WPC, Canadian National Powerlifting Competition, and at one point I never thought I'd ever be able to bench press again. My shoulder was that bad. I actually thought that I'd probably have to resort to having surgery done, and it wasn't until I heard the story of Phil Chad of how he had almost the same kind of issue with his shoulder. And I said, you know, if it works for him, it's got to work for me. You know? And I'll tell you, I'm pretty amazed at the results that I've gotten from this, and how my shoulder has gotten so much better.
After many, many injuries over a number of years, I got to the point where I couldn't lift my arm without it being excruciating. I had my doubts, but I decided I'd give it a try. I did, and after about 3 months, and with the continuing lightweight rehabilitation, all of a sudden I could begin to use my shoulder again. And then after about a year, I was to the point where I was totally without any discomfort and had free range of motion, and resumed all the activities I like to do, lead among them, water skiing, lifting weights, and working in my yard with hedge trimmers above my head.
So, see? Okay, this is just to show you the dog. This one on the left is before, and the right is 11 weeks later. So 11 weeks later, so about 3 months, right? So that's, we have also for animals, for horses, the same type of joints, right? So anyhow, the people who tells us placebo, try to tell the dog, now you got it, so run, right? So now, other product, protein. Of course, everybody here probably is interested in protein. So normally, a lot of protein from shakli, that's what we are working with, they are very good, and they are no heavy metals. A lot of proteins do have heavy metals, you know about it, right? So you have to watch for that, because the heavy metals are real issues in that category. But what I really want to tell you about our new, so to speak, sparkling protein that has 40 grams complete highly absorbed protein with refreshing and very zero sugar, 160 calories, and boost GLP-1. So if you have a client that has a problem with weight, for example, that is amazing, because you take that with salad and you have full meal. Basically, it's really fantastic, very refreshing. After the workout, you feel phenomenal. We have something to try for you at our booth, so you can come and test it and see it. So it delivers a superior amino acid profiles with leucine and other branch amino acids. So, and then a last product which I want to introduce to you is Vivix. It's amazing because, do you know resveratrol? It has, by the way, 27 patents. You probably know resveratrol, right? Yes? No? Okay, it's a very strong antioxidant, extremely strong, and it works on cardiovascular system. You know red wine. Red wine. Yeah, you have to find 5 bottles of red wine, you have resveratrol, what is in some of the products. But this one has 13 times more. And what it really has, it works on DNA and telomeres. You know that telomeres are getting shorter? That is helping with this. As you see here, it shows to reduce telomere shortening by 40%. So this is one thing, and they made an experiment, right? They gave the people, they have a group of people for testing, and they have, 2 groups. They divided them into 2 equal groups, and they brought them to McDonald's, and they gave them the worst possible meal that create really normally high inflammation, right? And the one group, they just gave them the meal without Vivix. The other group, they gave them Vivix first. And guess what? They tested inflammation. And the group with Vivix, they have almost no inflammation, in spite of eating that horrible food. So I don't recommend the horrible food, but that will really help with inflammation together with BioCell. That's why together it works fantastic for people. So so here is, wait a second, here. So just to sum it up about Vivix, is 27 patents, 2/3 reduction in DNA damage, 13 times reduction in damaging H proteins, so stronger than resveratrol, and 98.8 increase in cellular energy. Amazing product, absolutely amazing. Even having 27 patents for one product is something incredible. So, just to sum it up, 3 pillars of younger, stronger body. Number 1, matrix support. So we have the liquid BioCell Life. What it does, rebuilds your connective tissue. It's bioactive. It creates production in your own body of all collagens and hyaluronic acid. So rebuilds that extra molecular matrix, which everything is, all your nerves or your muscles, everything is in it. Nothing will work if this extra molecular matrix is degenerated. So this is number one. Then, not all collagens are equal. I already explained that to you, that it has to be, the signaling is really important. So why it is so unique? Just to sum it up, 37 patents, 7 US patents, 37 clinical studies. It is biooptimized molecule. It's single natural source. It's not a mixture. A lot of people try to make a mixture and they say it's even better. No, you cannot improve the nature. If you have something from nature, that's number one. You can't, we cannot improve nature. Do we agree with it or not? Mm-hmm. Yes? No? You have? Yeah. I think whatever nature created is the best. You know? And then it switches hyaluronidase, it rebuilds, not conditions, rebuilds your connective tissue, your skin and your joints. And it's manufactured exclusively in the United States, in FDA, NSF, NSF Sport certified facilities. So it's even certified for athletes, for Olympics. They are going to Olympics. It's certified, they can take it. So that's very, very good. And it's in a liquid form. And now I put it all together, the prices for this with Vivix. So for the best results, we are suggesting take 30 milliliters twice a day for first month, so it's a double dose, just to make sure that they get results, and then you can lower it to half a dosage. So you can come to our booth, we can explain more about it, and we can also give you to try it, so that you can see it. The most important is what we are doing is working. We are not in the business of selling anything. We are business in helping people to transform. We are business to help people to reverse their age. And okay, wait a second. And then the second is high quality protein. So if you combine it with this protein, it's amazing because it's clean source, supports lean muscles, help muscle protein synthesis, better recovery between sessions. And more protein, it doesn't mean better results. Quality plus absorption, that's really what matters. And that's what we have here. And number 3 is recovery and anti-inflammatory support. So of course, and this is, that's why I wrote a book, and it's on my desk, and also it's in Amazon. It's Biohacking a Better You. That's a reference book, so that, because many people have a different problem. Maybe some people have problem with sleeping. Maybe some people have problem with nutrition. Oh my God, with this nutrition. This is the biggest, or maybe some people have a problem with supplementation. You know, people need at this moment guidance. They don't know, they are going like to a jungle. Somebody tells them they need vitamin D, so they run and they buy. They even don't know what they are buying, and they don't know even if they are needing. You know, this is something that we as a professionals, we need to help them with. We need to guide them. We need to show them what they really need and why. And that's what I am really here for, and all of you are. You know, because people look at you as a professional to help them to really function on an optimal level, right? That's what we are here for. And that's what we want to do. So it's very, you cannot out-train inflammation if they have inflammation, right? We have to deal with it. It's like a house. You have a house and it got on fire. What you do? You have to put the fire down first with water. Fire is inflammation. Then you have to start rebuilding your house. How do you rebuild your house? You have to get bricks and cement, right? So that's a biocell, because you need to rebuild connective tissue. You know, you have step by step. You have to clean the house. If the house has, you know, all the junk inside, the workers cannot even get in. And even if you talk about stem cells, I'm not after going to Mexico and having the stem cells there. No, get something that have your own bone marrow manufactured stem cells in the level of 40–50%. That is the helping your own body to perform the highest possible level. Does it make sense? You know, that's how I believe it's the best way to work. Wait a second. Okay, for the fitness professionals, why that matters for you? Fewer clients drop out. Really, believe me. When we work with clients, right, Tony? Tony has created that system. Working with clients, calling them every month. You know, short call, 10 minutes to check how they are doing. You know, less joint pain complaints, longer client lifetime value, additional professional revenue stream. When you work with us, you help them and you get additional revenue stream, and not small, actually. Stronger authority positioning. So, and then you already built muscle. Now protect the tissue that makes muscle possible. That's my, it's my message to you. And then for the Mania professionals, if you want to, you can ask me and I can email you the trainer longevity protocol. And then the wholesale professional pricing we give you. And the studio partnership options. We are choosing few people that we can work with and we can help to work with your clients. Because it's very difficult for you to explain it to them. We know how to do it. We help you and you can create additional, and then you can have for you or for your clients the session, 15-minute strategy call. So that's what we offer you. And just to show you a possibility, this is just an example. This is just 2 bottles of liquid biocell per month. If you have, let's say, 40 clients, you can get $2,600 extra income, you know? And why do you have those? It's not, you know, as a professional of electrical engineering, PhD, I really didn't say, I need my additional, you know, business, right? It just came. And I tell you, the only reason I'm here is because the whole thing works. And because my friends had problems with joints. This is so many people, and once you do joint replacement, that's it. You know, it's not reversible. So when my husband made this, so he rebuilt his shoulder, he came to me actually and he said, listen, you are scientists, look into that, because that what happened to me is a pure miracle. And we have obligation to help people. So this is how I pull up the studies. This is how I did that. And what happened after this, I was shocked. My son started to work with me because he noticed what happened with my husband, and he noticed what was happening with me. Then all my friends are, you know, taking it because they noticed the results. It's all results based. The first year, I got a Mercedes. The second year, I made from this business more than my PhD in electrical engineering. And why? Because product works. Because product works. That is not because we are forcing and we try. No, this is because it's wonderful to see somebody who couldn't move to say, oh my God, you got my life back. This is wonderful feeling, you know, that I can, and I never heard that in electrical engineering when we designed some system, right? But I still like doing it. I still like working with computers, but this one is different. You work with people, and you do work with people. You have the purpose of helping people to feel better, right? So why not to combine the whole thing so that they can rebuild, they can, without you guys, they will not, because without training, they will not get results. The only reason that I could help them because I had something also to do with sports. I was training for the Olympics, which I never went, but I love movement, I love sports, but it's not enough. Combination of everything, they are multi-pillar. So we work with also people, sometimes they need help with the mental and everything, right? They have some blockage, or they listen to news, or something like this. They need you, they need you. So that's why we are all here together. And so the next step, you can schedule a call. There is the Ready to Transform. You can schedule a 15 minutes call with us, and we would be happy to discuss your particular case and see how we can, if we can work together or not, and see if you have any questions, come to our booth or schedule a call so we can talk together. And if you have any questions, I'm here, and Tony is here, we can answer. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the one thing I want you to remember, bioavailability and bioactivity is not the same. Thank you. Did you get it? Did you get it? Was it useful?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, great. That's my purpose.
Something like, we did something that affects the skin stuff, then when people start asking.
Yep.
Maybe that's.
Any questions?
No, we're just,
Talking about ideas.
talking about ideas. I mean, it's interesting because Shackley's been a, oh yeah.
Shackley bought us last year.
Oh, you weren't always with them?
No. I was with original person, GMP Labs, original person who created this product. I am following that product because there is nothing like this on the market. So Asma created it. Her father is the owner of GMP Labs in California. They created it in biocell technology. And that's what my husband, and that's what all happened. I went there to check it, and I work with her directly.